The concept of soft femininity is often misconstrued as the resurgence of patriarchal ideas wherein feminine counterparts are desiring a lifestyle around homemaking as opposed to the hustle culture of recent years. While some of the elements of the patriarchy are encompassed in this ideology, such as masculine energy serving as provider and protector, much of the soft feminine era is a totally new way of living yet to be seen on a massive scale in current times. In this video, we'll be discussing what the real soft feminine movement looks like and how this reclamation of energy is causing the feminine identified to achieve more by doing less. This is Channeling Chinez. In previous episodes, we discussed how one's reality begins to reject them once they've outgrown any particular cycle or holding pattern. On a larger scale, we have also discussed how this is impacting us as a global consciousness.
We are all in a holding pattern. Right now, you are suspended in the in-between. You are between your old life, the old version of who you once were that you don't miss, and your new life, the new version of who you're becoming.
The soft feminine movement is included in this universal change, as human beings have far outgrown the hyper-masculine elements of our current reality.
I don't think we've had enough conversations about how much hustle culture is actually killing all of us. Because I'm burnt the fuck out. And I don't know how much longer I can do this, and it's not funny. I'm gonna cry if I don't laugh right now. And I live in this very weird world of I deserve to have this life that I like, and I should get to travel and get to take my daughter to do things and stuff. And also I'm literally breaking my body and my mind and my spirit by having to work all of this and do all this stuff. And for what?
The concept that in order to have, one must do, and in order to have worth, one must produce. The soft feminine movement is an affront to this dated paradigm and offers a new sense of what it means to achieve peace and contentment in one's life. It is the art of being, the art of yin energy, in which in order to receive blessings, manifestations, or abundance, one only has to maintain a matching vibrational energy with what they desire, or in other words, just being as you are. Critics and confusion. One of the most basic concepts of the soft feminine movement is that it is indeed for everyone, but it is primarily led by our earthly feminine manifestations, women. However, it is the fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to possess feminine energy that is contributing to widespread confusion.
Now, don't throw me in a jar or anything, but I feel like the soft girl trend is a scam. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to pamper yourself, nurture yourself, and participate in self-care, to want to live a lavish and luxurious life. You deserve that. Everybody deserves that. But I don't see it promoting the healing that it claims that it does. I don't think that the women who participate in the soft girl era are going to come out the healed woman that they think that they are. They're going to look pretty. They're going to smell nice. But the wounds are still going to be there.
The soft feminine movement is the liberation of the upper chakra system from a deep state of imbalance and blockage. Chakras, which are energy centers in the body, are possessed by all living beings and dictate how we experience the physical world. These 7 areas hold the frequency of both masculine and feminine energy within us. Our inner masculine controls our root, sacral, and solar plexus, while everyone's inner feminine controls the heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Because of a society and a way of being that has been steeped in a specific brand of imbalanced masculinity and conditioned dissonance around feminine concepts, many of the misinformed write off this feminine shift as new wave feminism. However, soft femininity is quite different from the ego-based movements of the past because it isn't about the ego at all. While most individuals cling to a heavy focus on self-image, financial security, and the satiation of needs of passion, those embracing the soft feminine movement are focusing on the liberation of the other 4 important areas of our human existence, those that connect us to our inner spirit and universal love. The upper chakras is one's connection to our soul's purpose, and without its incorporation in our lives, we are cut off from our other inner guide, the voice of the soul, the being that knew our purpose before we came into this physical life, the part of us that already knows the way back to wholeness and fulfillment. By shifting one's focus to consciousness and spiritual development, the depth of this movement aims to create loving and nurturing energy towards self and others, clear and thoughtful communication and listening abilities, and the capacity to expand in earthly and ethereal knowledge with openness and acceptance. One of the biggest blunders soft feminine critics make is the belief that this movement separates its subscribers from creating personal income and life sustainability, or that it somehow disempowers or discredits the minds and the will of its target audience, being mostly women.
A lot of the soft girl era content is a load of crock. I've seen this come up several times, so let's talk about it. This idea that women should just sit back and not lift a finger and just receive, and that men should just be hard and to give, and this is the only way to maintain masculine and feminine polarity, is misguided.
When in fact, the implementation of soft femininity requires one to address their masculine energy as well. One of the first steps in claiming your feminine is dethroning the masculine. Because of societal conditioning, many of us have pedestaled physical masculines and hypermasculine ideals, prioritizing the mind and over-associating with our thoughts, also known as living through ego. Embracing femininity requires you to release the mind and address our relationship with one's inner masculine by removing our over-association with the physical world and forcing us to address how we can secure ourselves from a deeper place within.
This is your daily reminder that decentering men from your life is a daily practice. Decentering male approval, male attention, our internalization of the male gaze, like all of it is a daily practice, and some days are a lot easier than others.
The soft feminine mentality acknowledges the concept of wholeness. It believes that we are complete just as we are, and by changing our perceptions of our energetic world, our intuition, and our entire concept of femininity, we can move closer to greater levels of self-satisfaction. Forcing, controlling, and competitive natures have no place in a feminine lifestyle and only further exasperate illusions of separation, the illusion that somehow we are separate from the things we desire and from others as well. An initial question for the surge in this new movement is why? Why is there a need or desire to reframe feminine energy? To answer it, we must first acknowledge the ways in which we have been oriented, or rather indoctrinated, to view the feminine. Much of our collective upbringing has repressed and continues to wound the feminine, treat it as an accessory to the masculine, and utilize as a means to an end, a means to produce more humans, a means to support ego-centered masculine ideals, and a vessel for emotionality, which includes serving as emotional laborers for disconnected masculines.
I know some men think that it should be the honor of your life to marry them and take care of them like a child, cook for them, clean for them, do the laundry, all of that, take care of them and their offspring. That's the honor of your life. That's the reason you were created. Like, now your life has meaning. It's all projection. They're the ones who are afraid of growing old and dying alone.
The soft feminine era seeks to create balance in these areas. It is requiring the masculine identified to step up and step out of the codependent dynamic that upholds their lack of growth. And it is also taking a decided step back, moving away from the burned out formula of over-consuming in order to achieve happiness, linear ways of thinking and behaving, and competitive dynamics among people. These very masculine-based ideas of heavy thought, quantifying, and action-taking are in actuality the exact opposite of feminine energy. Instead, soft femininity embraces the natural cycle of energy, much like the seasons. It encourages the acceptance and the relaxation into a pattern of rising, peaking, plateauing, and clarifying one's energy. In this framework, feminines may learn to work with their natural patterns to achieve their goals, as opposed to forcing and shaming oneself into earthly achievements.
Can women run the world, finally? I'm tired of men running the world. I'll say it as a man, as a straight white man. I'm fucking tired of straight white men running the world. I'm exhausted, actually. I'm so tired of it. I really wish there was a powerful woman that ran the world. Because, honestly, genuinely, if you are a straight white man, just think for 1 second. Is it really getting better? No, it's not. You're constantly complaining about your fake news on Fox or whatever the fuck it is. So clearly it's not working with men in power. So why do we not let women in power so we have actually a different perspective on things? I don't know what women think because I'm not a woman. So how can we make decisions for the entire world if you're not a fucking woman?
It also highlights a need for personal self-care, high levels of self-love in the form of creating boundaries with our codependent and historically exploitative counterpart, as well as continuing to incorporate consciousness and emotional expansion throughout our lifetime. To help feminines with this process, I have created My Feminine Journal as a companion to help you learn the unique pattern of your inner world and cultivate a soft feminine mentality. This journal is also equipped with a detailed guide on understanding chakras, basic astrology, numerology, and more. Use the link in my bio to get yours on Amazon. In the next segment of this breakdown, we will be looking at the over-aestheticizing of the movement and identify real impacts it is having on our manifested reality. And make sure you are following and subscribe to my channel here on TikTok, as well as Channeling Chinez on YouTube.